Jane Foster becomes Thor? We explain how.
We are kicking off Women's History Month, so I wanted to make sure we hit this awesome question from @MadOx. How does Jane Foster become Thor? Well, thanks for asking.
Indeed. Jane Foster became Thor in the comics, and we're gonna break down how the heck that could even happen. But be thee warned, mortals, there are story spoilers ahead.
Verily. Yeah, so the simple answer is Thor becomes unworthy of wielding Mjolnir. Now, how does that happen? Well, during the comic book event Original Sin, Nick Fury gains the Watcher's eyes, so he knows all the Marvel UU secrets, and he loves secrets. Nick Fury, big fan of secrets. He eventually whispers something into Thor's ear, and boom, Thor drops his hammer, can't lift it anymore. Now, it turns out, Ryan's gonna dig this, he whispered into Thor's ear, Gorr was right. This, of course, referring to
Gorr the God Butcher.
Cue like the huge.
Wow. He's just a big old mean guy who likes to kill gods.
Yes, exactly, because he believes gods ruin the universe. They're unworthy of the love of mortals. They're unworthy of good because they just keep causing upheaval in the universe. So it turns out he was right, and gods are not worthy. We know that inscription on the hammer. Whosoever holds this hammer, if they be worthy, shall have the power of Thor. So if you're not worthy, no lifting, no hammy. But hey, Thor's fine. He gets his last name, Odin's son, back. He gets his old axe, Jarnbjorn, which is fun to say. That's how you say it, Jarnbjorn.
Thor is fine. Don't worry about that, Thor, because there's a new Thor in town. Okay, but how does it happen, right?
Please tell
What
us.
happens to Mjolnir in all of this if he's off using Jarnbjorn? Well, the hammer summoned the next worthy person. Who was that person? Jane flippin' Foster, that's who. We all know Jane Foster from her long history, especially in Thor's storylines. She was an on and off again sort of love interest. She's helped out the Asgardian people, helping them relocate when Asgard was destroyed, and she's been a doctor in the Marvel Universe. So now she has the hammer, right? So she's like, I gotta take up all of the duties of Thor because that's what a good Thor would do. But sad moment, get tense, she's also battling cancer. So here's the thing, she continues to answer the call of Thor, but doing that pushes the chemo drugs out of her body, and so literally being Thor is killing her. Yeah, it's rough, but listen to this. She's an incredible Thor. She fights hard, and she does it at her expense of her own life.
And think about who she has to put her life on the line against. She teams up with the All-Mother Freya, and they go against the two top jerks in all of Asgard, Odin and his brother, Cole Borson. Those two jerks? Forward. She also goes up against Loki, Malekith, Frost Giants, Dark Elves, Hydra, the freaking nigh unstoppable man god, who is one of my faves. He's great. All of them, guess what? Thor, throughout all this, she has to put down the hammer, right? And so she has to stop being Thor or she's gonna die. She knows this. One last time, she picks up the hammer knowing that it will kill her. And she does it to save everybody because she's awesome. Thankfully, she is rewarded by becoming Valkyrie. So not only does she Thor everything, she Valkyries everything as well.
And honestly, being a Valkyrie is so freaking awesome because they are some of the most badass warrior women that exist. They get to ride a Pegasus. Yeah!
Riding with swords, hitting them high notes, just,
It's honestly, they're the coolest.
They are. It's so rock and roll. So we're gonna put the links so you can read this entire saga over at Marvel.com.
How excited are you to see Jane take up the hammer? So excited. And do you have a burning Marvel question? Ask us and use the hashtag Marvel Questions.
We'll see you next time.
I'm Lorraine.
I'm Langston.
I'm Ryan.
And this is Marvel.
Your universe.